Hey YouTube, this is Will from Will Development. This is part 3 of my 4-part series about my favorite bodybuilders from the eras that they are in respectively, finishing off in part 4, which will come out next week. Excuse me. About my favorite bodybuilder of all time. Hint, it will be one of the 3 that I mentioned. So right now it's between Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jay Cutler, and the one I will announce today. Now, this era is one that I'm a little more versed in than the last, but not quite as well versed as the first. I am very familiar with the history in the golden age of bodybuilding. Not so familiar with the middle part, which is 80s to 2000s era. I know the big winner names. Nasir Sabati, stuff like that. Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, stuff like that. I know them. Dorian Yates. I know them. That's pretty much it. Dexter Jackson, I believe, was around back then as well. He's been around for a long time. The Blade has been around a long time. One thing I know, I believe, I forgot to mention in the past videos. That's better. Is the differences in the bodybuilding and how it changed over the years. When it first started in the golden age, they were basically going straight for aesthetics. Guys looked like Frank Zane, Arnold Schwarzenegger. They wanted to look like a Greek statue. That's my favorite style of look, honestly. Middle age, it turned into Y to X. It was that transitional period where guys stopped looking just like Ys. You know, they looked like gymnasts almost, where their legs weren't that big, but their upper body was huge. Middle age, they turned into X's, where it was the back is huge. It went like this, and then the legs were huge too. Jay Cutler, perfect example of this. Ronnie Coleman, probably a better example of that, because I believe he had a smaller waist than Jay did. Now we're in the era of who can be the biggest motherfucker on the stage and not look too fat while doing it. Big names, obviously, Phil Heath, Kai Green, no particular order. Phil Heath, Kai Green, Branch Warren, Hideki Yamagishi, I believe it's Yamagishi. I apologize, Hide. Much respect for him, by the way, because you don't see a lot of Asian bodybuilders, and this is not like a racist thing. It's just like, I want to see more, because if they can do, if the rest of, I don't know what nationality is, whether he's Chinese or Japanese or Korean or Laotian, or I don't know what nationality he is. I apologize. I know he's Asian though. I believe he's Japanese, but I don't know for sure. If that is even a hint of what the Japanese aesthetics can turn into, I want more of that, because Hide looks fucking sick. And I want more competition in the 212 area. I mean, what is his name? I believe Eduardo Carrera. He's in there now and he's good, but obviously Flex Lewis has been the king for a while, and for good reason. He's great. The guy's so fucking good they had to make a whole category just to get him the fuck off the real stage. They say Branch Warren, I probably said Branch Warren. Basically the entire cast of Generation Iron. All those guys, you know, Dexter, the Blade, Jackson. Who's that other guy? Who's the other guy? Sean Roden, Flexatron Roden. Love him. Kai, the Predator Green. Phil, the Gift Heath. Branch, I don't know what Branch is, I don't know what his nickname is. I assume it's Scary Texan Warren, but I don't know for sure. I love Branch Warren, actually. Ben Pekulski. Love Ben Pekulski. I think he's great. I don't think he'll ever win, but I think he's great. I love what he stands for, that he's completely scientific. I like that. It's a shame that the only purely scientific dude who's up there who believes 100% science never seems to get past like 6th or 5th place. It's a shame, but Dennis Wolf. How could I almost forget that big bad wolf from Germany? Doing Arnold's people proud. Yes, Arnold's Austrian, but they're right fucking there, okay? They have the same fucking accent. So, that's the name drop few, just to let you know, yes, I do know my history when it comes to this era, because it's the era I started following most closely. Watch it every year on bodybuilding.com, and gonna be a fun year this year, let's just put it that way. Loving the rivalry between Kai and Phil, and the fact that Dennis is still there, and that Sean is still there, and fucking Dexter's still there. Like, god damn, Dexter's like, he's not old, but like for a bodybuilder, he's like a fine fucking wine. He's getting better with age. And the dude is just doing great. I believe he just won the Arnold Classic. Oh man, how could I forget him? Rolly Winkler, one of my favorite big mass monsters. Fuck Big Ramey, okay? All these people that say Big Ramey is like the future and all that, shut up, shut your stupid mouths. Okay, he comes on stage at 10% body fat, outweighing everybody by 15, 16, 20 pounds. And if he cut all that shit, he would just look like everybody else. His posing isn't good. And like, this is not a racial thing whatsoever. He can't speak English, so he has a problem with what the fucking judges are trying to tell him to do. Like, learn what fucking turn left means. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of Big Ramey. I never have been. I think he's a gimmick. Yes, his legs are one of the most impressive pair of legs. It reminds me of Tom Platz, honestly, how he revolutionized what legs should look like. What size can still carry gyrations. I'll give you that. Not a fan of Big Ramey. Know who he is. Not a fan. Fan of Rolly Winkler. I love Rolly because Rolly Winkler reminds me of Kai Green and Phil Heath. He's like if they fused together and got a little bit lighter. Because he has really full muscle bellies. He's got a great back, just like Kai. Kai's back is more impressive though. But then he's cut too, just like Kai. He's full like Phil, but cut like Kai. And I like that. I like that. It's a shame that even in Generation Iron, they kind of hint at the fact that Rolly Winkler is a little bit lazy. And I don't think he's lazy. But I think he's doing something wrong to where he could do better than he does. And I understand he's been through shit. Oh my God, Victor Martinez. How could I forget? Victor Martinez. My man. Alright, I'm going to stop name dropping, stop talking about bullshit. Cut through the chase. Here it is. Kai fucking Green is my favorite bodybuilder from this era. Why? Few reasons. Number one, the dude has been a fucking freak beast since he was 18. His story is incredible. That's not to say Phil's isn't, or anybody else's isn't, but to be an orphan, I share the same mentalities with him, where I fight for it, and I want to go for it, and I constantly try to keep myself as humble as possible. And the fact that he's an underdog. He's been chasing it for 4 years now. 4 years, second place to Phil. Will he win this year? I certainly hope so. Me personally, I'm rooting for him. I follow him. I love the fact that he's a painter. I love Kai Green. I can't wait to meet him someday. If everybody wants to make this particular video blow up so Kai knows I love him, hell, do me a solid, hit the like button, subscribe, share it wherever you want. You're going to have to subscribe to see the conclusion of my favorite bodybuilder of all time next week. And if you don't, then what's your excuse?